So I figured since it's Pride Month, I should probably do some rainbow stuff. So I'm going to make a sparkle rainbow Sherlock for a bonus drawing. And I'll explain the bonus drawing at the end. But I've got the Sherlock heating up in here, or the rainbow color. I prepped the shape I want. I'm going to show you really quick and I'm going to flash it in the fire. I don't want it to cool down too much. So before you sag the Sherlock shape, I like to section it all off. So I've got my mouthpiece section, I've got my sag section, and then I've got my bowl section for the Sherlock ready to go. So basically I can attach a handle right here, right now, and then I can sag it into a Sherlock. So that's what we're going to do. So I don't want a permanent attachment with this handle. I just want a really light punchy that'll come off vibration later. I'll just boom, that's that. And then I'm just going to heat up that middle section really, really hot and sag it into a Sherlock shape. So that middle section, I don't want to get it too hot where it sags and falls on the ground or closes up the airflow. But I want to get it hot enough where it's going to make that beautiful bend that I like. And 3, 2, 1. There we are. Give it a poop. And then don't move. I like to look down the mouthpiece into the ball part to make sure it stays lined up as it's cooling down. And once it's chilled enough, I can just tap this rod on top and then I'll make the bowl part. That sagged gorgeous. That was a good one. Just tap that right off. There's a little chunk of clear on that very top, so I'll just heat that up and pick it off. But that was a nice shape, huh? Hello, kitty. How beautifully you did. Oh, thank you. Didn't that go really well? You never know. I've been making Sherlocks for probably 9 years. You never know how glass is going to go. So I'm just going to heat up the center and create a little mountain and then pop a hole and push a bowl. Little mountain. Here's a hole. And then I'm just going to circle around that with a really sharp flame until it's the perfect heat, and then I'll push a bowl. I love you all. Thank you. That's so nice. And I want to switch hands when I'm doing this because glass becomes a liquid when it's really hot. And I don't want it all to go to one side. I want it to stay in the middle. And right before I go to push the bowl, I'm just going to give it a puff, solidify the size of that hole. You never know how that's going to go either. That went really well. So since I touched it with a really cold tool, I'm going to take a sharp flame and just like blast around the insides, make sure there's no marks from that tool, and then I'll move on and pop a choke. What side should I do the choke, left or right? Let me know. And if the bowl hole is too big right now, I can take a sharp blade, shoot it down that hole, and it'll shrink it up. If it's too small, get it hot and you can ream it out with a tungsten pick. And if it's not on center, you can get it hot and drag it on center. I like to drag it on center with a little graphite tool. I also like to round out that bowl hole with the graphite tool. And it got kind of hot, so I'm just going to OCD and push it again. Make sure it's round. Make sure that's round. And then I'll move on to the choke. What side do we got for the choke? Right side. Sounds good. If it looks like I'm doing it on the left, it's because it's flipped backwards, but I promise I'm going to do it on the right. I'm not sure which way the video shows when you guys watch it. So same thing for the choke. I'm going to push at the bowl hole. I'm going to pop out a little mountain before I pop the hole. I'm going to clog the bowl hole too when I pop it up. And if you want your choke to have some color on it, you can put a dotted color before you pop it out. So I got that little mountain. Get a fluffy flame. Pop it in the flame. You always want that choke to be bigger than your bowl hole so it functions properly. If it's smaller than the bowl hole, it's not gonna work out so hot. So I like to make it round and flat before I move on. Round, flat. It actually looks really good. Alright. Identification. One second. There's a little mark on the side of the bowl, and then I'll show you what I got so far. Alright. That went really nice. So the black part, I don't know if you can tell, but it's sparkly in real life. So I have some dichro, a rod of dichro cane heating up in the annealer at 1100 degrees. And I'm going to grab that and twist it up so I can make a little kickstand for the side. So when you set this down, it doesn't lay flat, it'll lay sitting up so the bowl doesn't spill when you're using it. High level of creativity. Thank you. What are you making? A Sherlock. Rainbow sparkles Sherlock. So I'm going to get my glasses back on and grab this piece of dichro. Also from Colorado Color Company. And this is just a Kevlar glove it's heat resistant, so I can wipe off the kiln dust before I use it. So they actually sent this to me when I ordered a bunch of stuff last time. They gave it to me as a little bonus. So thank you, Colorado Color Company. It's fucking awesome. And I'm just going to feed this onto another one and at the same time twist it up so that dichro in there will have a spiral. It'll be really cool. And to twist it up, I'm just going to spin my right hand a little bit faster than my left hand. That's all there is to it. I also want to just like keep it on center so it kind of looks the same the whole time I'm spinning it. And I don't want to get this so hot where the dichro or the sparkliness burns away. So I got to be careful with my high heat right now. I'm just going to use maybe half of this chunk. I don't need the whole thing, it's giant. Alright, so this I'll put back in the annealer. And this part I'm going to shape up more to stick on the side of this Sherlock. And then the Sherlock, excuse me, sitting in the annealer right now too as I do this. It's really hard to see the dichro sparkle twist, especially when it's that hot. Oof, that's hard to see. I'll have to wait till I take pictures of it. It's really cool in real life. I'm sorry you can't see it very well there. So I'm going to find another rod and transfer it this way because I want this part attached to the Sherlock. So a very light attachment, just like I did in the beginning of the video with that handle on the Sherlock. Any vibration later will make it pop off. And then I'm just going to take off whatever I don't want on the pipe. I'm going to smush it a little bit flat. And we have a dichro kickstand. That is really, oh, you can kind of see it. Fuck yeah. It's actually easier to see without my hand there. Interesting. So I'm going to grab that Sherlock again and put it on there. Get a little light. I put it on the opposite side of where the choke is, so I'm going to put it on this side. And I want to get the pipe really hot and the kickstand really hot, but not so hot where I'm going to deform anything. I want everybody to keep its shape it has. It's a fatty kickstand. Push it on, pull it up a little, and then I'm just going to wait a second while it cools down. And there it goes. Little bit of a wiggle and I got that handle right off. I just want to blast out, smooth out that part where the handle was on the very tip. And then I'm going to go around the whole thing where I attached it to the Sherlock to make sure it's really has a nice feel and no vibration later will knock it off. Make it one piece. And right now a little hand torch would be awesome, but I have not invested in one yet. So I'm just waiting for like the seam to disappear and everything melts together and then it's one. Okay. That's a big kickstand, yeah. It's really cool though. Dichro rainbow kickstand on a rainbow Sherlock. Let's see if she stands, or he, or they, I don't know. Let's see. So, yeah! That'll work really nice. So I like to hang the handle at the end. Can you see that? Yeah. So then, because later when I cut it off, it's going to be like that sitting. I don't want to go sit it like this, because that's not going to be there. So I'm going to put it back in the annealer and finish it up after it heats back up. But here we got. And then I'll explain. So the drying, basically I'm going to have some merch for sale. It's usually stickers. And I'll have a limited amount of stickers to buy, and somebody could win a bonus Sherlock. And I do a drawing live on my Facebook page to see who wins the bonus Sherlock. So it's not a raffle, it is a bonus drawing. So back in the annealer or kiln, same thing, sitting at 1100 degrees. I'll heat back up and then I can work on it a little more. If you're wondering, I've got like a owie there and right there. I ran a marathon on Saturday, had some chafage, it rained the whole time, but here we are working again. We're alright. Any questions before I dip out? Let's see all these. Hey Mario. Wow, that was really Minnesotan. I'm watching you from Turkey. Oh, that's pretty cool. Be careful. I will. Thank you. Oops. I clicked on a comment on accident. Your hands are working extremely well. Health to your hands. Oh, thank you. My hands hurt so bad. They look funny too now. I've been blowing glass 15 years. This one's not happy. But I try to put CBD on them every day. Alright, well, I'm going to head out. I'll post the drawing link in the comments probably tomorrow when I have it all ready to go. So thank you for watching. Thanks for love and support. Please subscribe, like my videos, turn on that notification bell. I'll see you soon.